Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions here with a super quick market update. Wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of the news that is currently being shared after market hours. Pretty unfortunate news based off of some of the developments that were supposedly happening last week. I want to remind you that we were this close from signing a peace deal with Iran. The only thing to my understanding, and please let me know down in the comment section if this is incorrect, but Iran wanted Israel to stop attacking Lebanon. Israel refused. And it got to the point where Trump supposedly called Benjamin Netanyahu in a heated phone call over Israel's military action in Lebanon. Trump was supposedly furious that Israel's move risked blowing up U.S. diplomatic efforts in the region. The one point also asking Netanyahu, what the F are you doing? Now, it is confirmed that Iran has dropped a bomb on U.S. military bases in Kuwait. But Marco Rubio, I want to remind you, this morning stated that the war was over and we didn't have to worry about anything. Now, again, just moments ago, markets are still kind of reacting, but in all honesty, if we pay attention to the NASDAQ market on the 1 minute time frame, it looks like markets originally sold off once this news was initially reported, but it quickly recovered. Remember, I want to talk about both sides because we're all here for the same reason, and it's to make money. It really doesn't seem like the markets care, at least not to this extent, where the retaliation maybe isn't serious enough for markets to sell off. The AI boom is just too strong right now. We have Marvel up an additional 10% during overnight hours. Insane. After running up 32% today alone. That is because Jensen, the CEO of Nvidia, promoted Marvel as the next trillion-dollar company. Again, it got a lot of people to begin to ask the question, do we want to invest in Marvel? And not just that, but again, a lot of the other semiconductor stocks up another 2%, IBM up another 2.7%, NASDAQ market ended up 0.5% in the green. And after all of this news, yes, it did dip, but it quickly recovered, and it's only down 0.05% during overnight hours. So I want to remind you, it's important to understand what is going on, but it's also important to understand how markets are reacting. And if there isn't a sentiment change, to try not to foster or harbor on the markets need to sell off. They don't. And if you're trying to make money in this market, you must respect the sentiment and the direction that the market is currently going. Kind of like crypto. Crypto is consistently selling off right now. So if you want to short anything, I don't trade crypto, right? I don't trade BTC, but MSTR has a beautiful sell-off. It sold off 9.1% during normal trading hours, and during aftermarket hours, it's down another 1.46%. Remember, MicroStrategy likes to refer itself as a Bitcoin treasury. So I don't trade Bitcoin, but I'm always open to shorting MicroStrategy if direction supports it. But again, if you're a beginner, please stay away from shorting. Shorting does come at a greater form of risk. So I want to make sure that you understand that. I wanted you to understand that, yes, as Bitcoin sells off, there is a lot of uncertainty right now with crypto because of what happened in just the past few hours. And that is Michael Saylor, who runs MicroStrategy, began selling Bitcoin. The one thing he said you should never do, he is doing to be able to pay his dividends that he owes for STRC, their preferred stock. You even have Tom Lee with his Ethereum position currently down $8.8 billion. Two of some of the biggest investors in crypto are taking significant losses. You have Michael Saylor down over $7 billion in unrealized losses from his holdings. He's been buying Bitcoin since $10,000 per coin. So I guess averaging up on a speculative asset doesn't really make sense, even when you have it like him and it's not really even his money. He borrows against shareholders to be able to use that money so he can buy Bitcoin. That's why MicroStrategy hasn't made new highs since 2024, but Bitcoin has, because he continues to dilute investors. I'm not pro Bitcoin, but if I'm going to buy Bitcoin, I don't want there to be a middleman. Why would I buy a Bitcoin treasury? Buy Bitcoin itself if you actually believe in it. Why would you ever buy MicroStrategy? The same thing with Tom Lee. Don't even get me started with his company. It's just doing terrible. With that being said, again, things are continuing to develop in the Middle East. If there are more serious attacks, and those do get reported, where, again, things begin to get more uncertain, that is the thing to look out for. When there's more uncertainty being injected into the market, that is where markets can aggressively begin to sell off and oil can aggressively begin to recover. I want to talk about this in more detail in our live trading session with our LPP team tomorrow, and I hope to see you there. I will be going live 2 hours after the markets open tomorrow, which is going to be Wednesday, June 3rd. The reason it's 2 hours after the markets open is I'm in Hawaii. Markets open at 3:30 a.m. I've been really struggling to get up at that time. I'm here with my family, I'm here with my kids, and still be able to enjoy the day. So 5:30 a.m. seems more realistic for me. Again, if you want to tune on into that live trading session, it's the second link in the description down below. So where do we go from here? Again, tensions in the Middle East are rising, but markets are not fully selling off. Stay patient, stay calculated, and until direction and market sentiment are confirmed to have shifted, I wouldn't aggressively short the market. Right now, based off of how things are looking, if I'm going to short anything, I'm going to short anything that sells off with Bitcoin, like MicroStrategy. Again, all jokes aside, that's just something that I always like poking fun on because I've never liked MicroStrategy. I called it a Ponzi loop back when it was at $500 per share. Now that it's down over 75%, it's really just kind of like the same roller coaster all over again. But again, we'll leave that for the live trading session. I hope to see you there. If you want to tune on in, second link down below. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via Instagram, which is also linked in the description of this video. I appreciate you guys' time. You guys let me know down in the comment section what you think. As things continue or begin to escalate in the Middle East, what is your plan? Are you buying the dip on oil because you think oil is going to go up? Or are you just going to continue to go long in the market because you see markets only pushing up higher? Let me know down below. Appreciate your time like always. Let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team, and happy Tuesday.